Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Let me be the change I want to see, to do with strength and wisdom all that needs to be done, and become the hope that I can be. Set me free from my fears and hesitation. Grant me courage and humility. Fill me with spirit to face the challenge. Start the change I long to see. Today I start the change I want to see. Even if I'm not the light, I can be a spark. In faith, service, and communion, let us start the change we want to see. The change that begins in me. Today I start the change I want to see.
Even if I'm not the light,
Not the light, I can be the spark. Service and communion, let us start the change we want to see. The change that begins in me.
Jesus in us.
Jesus in
The Naga College Foundation Incorporated is a transformative learning institution that develops God-loving, globally competent, ethical, and socially responsible individuals and leaders who will create a positive influence and impact for the sustainable development of society. The Naga College Foundation Basic Education Department is committed to holistic formation of young lifelong learners equipped with 21st century skills to achieve academic excellence, spiritual, ethical, and moral character, social responsiveness, and global competence. At Naga College Foundation Incorporated, we embrace and achieve our vision mission through the application of our core values: quality, excellence, service, and truth. Our core values guide us in decision making and reflect our rich legacy of teachings and learnings.
In a perfect storybook, the world is brave and good. A hero takes your hand, a sweet love will follow. But life's a different game, and the sorrow and the pain, only you can change your world tomorrow. Let your smile light up the sky. Keep your spirit soaring high. Trust in your heart and your soul shines forever and ever. Hold fast to kindness, your light shines forever and ever. I believe in you and me. We are strong. When once upon a time, in stories and their rhyme, a moment you can shine and wear your own crown. Be the one that rescues you. Through the clouds, you'll see the blue. Trust in your heart and your soul shines forever and ever. Hold fast to kindness, your light shines forever and ever. I believe in you and me. We are strong. A bird all alone on the wing can still be strong and sing, sing. Trust in your heart and your soul shines forever and ever. Hold fast to kindness, your light shines forever and ever. I believe in you and me. We are strong.
Hello NCF!
And hello world!
Pageants focuses not only on the candidate's natural beauty and handsomeness, it also reflects on their true character, charisma, physical vigor, personal style, and wit.
Mr. and Miss Junior and Senior High School will definitely change your perspective of seeing the true concept of beauty.
By providing authenticity and raising an awareness to advocate for resilience and empathy to other people, thereby giving pride to the vision, mission, and core values of the institution.
This time, we will witness 24 dazzling kings and queens as they showcase their beauty and wit. compete for one title.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the search for Mr. and Miss Junior and Senior High School 2021 Virtual Edition. Presenting the lovely candidates
With the Academy of Rookies.
Everybody was bumping, the club was jumping. Suddenly you walked in, and that's when everybody stopped dancing. And I couldn't stop myself staring. Yeah, I couldn't breathe, no, I couldn't believe my eyes. I never thought I'd fall in love in a club, but now I see you, girl, I can't get enough. With you, I know there's no taking it slow. So can somebody please let me know? Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Just walk in the club. Just walk. Yeah. Before the night is through, I'ma tell you how I feel about you. And I know I got some work to do to make you believe that you should be leaving with me. I never thought I'd fall in love in a club. The more I get of you, I can't get enough. I won't be letting you leave here alone. So can somebody please let me know? Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Tell me who's that girl that's walk in the club. Just walk in the club. Just walk. I wanna know who's that girl.
Luis Nicanor C. Portillo, 16 years old from Caraya, Naga City, and my advocacy is for equal rights and development.
Judy Polito, 14 years old, from Calabanga, Camarines Sur. My advocacy is to save our lungs and stop smoking.
Neil Cashan Arpatag, 16, from Del Rosario, Naga City. My advocacy is all about equal rights and development.
My name is Farnshan L. Villa, 15, from Libotan, Naga City. My advocacy is all about health and wellness through sports.
Anferni Josh D. Benson, 15, from Balatas, Naga City. My advocacy is about prevention of addiction and other vices to the youth.
Luis Ronel F. Dolor, 17, Del Rosario, Pamplona, Camarines Sur.
my advocacy is about employ and empower amid COVID-19.
Maria Tricia S. Lumita, 15 years old, Calawag, Naga City. My advocacy is all about embracing our body flaws.
Julia Sodora P. Buena, 15 years old from Del Rosario, Naga City, and my advocacy is this is not the end. Trisha Ashley R. Haushan, 15, from Del Rosario, Milaor, Kamsur. My advocacy is all about teenage pregnancy. Princess Pabia, 17, from Concepcion Pequeña, Naga City, and my advocacy is all about LGBTQ, health and rights.
Ayumi Bita Hanami, 16, from Kanakman, Camarines Sur, and my advocacy is all about clean and green environment.
Janine Beatriz Estela, 16, from San Felipe, Naga City. My advocacy would be all about strengthening the mental health of teenagers.
Hey, my name is Carla B. Clerigo. I am 17 years old from Panikwaso, Naga City, and I am an advocate for human rights.
My name is Deo Francis Angelo Fetalino, 20 years old, Barangay Santa Cruz, Naga City. My advocacy is to inspire young musicians.
Hi, my name is Dan Lester Atencia, 18 years old, from Kanaaman, Camarines Sur, and my advocacy is to strengthen education for out-of-schooling.
Hi, my name is Kevin S. Alarcon, 18 years old from San Felipe, Naga City, and my advocacy is all about HIV and AIDS.
Hi, my name is Michael G. Barcela, 17, from Calabanga, Camarines Sur. My advocacy is about loving someone regardless of their religion and gender.
I'm Leo Alexis Hernandez, 17, from Magsaysay Avenue, Naga City. My advocacy is pagtanom nin paglao.
My name is Chris Rizal Patriarca, 16, from Milaor, Camarines Sur. Prevention is the cure, so my advocacy is about prevention and awareness of teenage pregnancy. Thank you.
Maria Erica Jersey Bulaong, 18, from Kanakman, Camarines Sur, and my advocacy is about sexual harassment. I'm Yona Jean Arbano, 17 years old, from Peña Francia Avenue, Naga City. My advocacy is about unity and friendship among students.
Isabella Carice Bennett Lee, 18, Naga City, Camarines Sur, advocating against animal abuse and other acts of violence. Hi, I'm Christine Joyce Aguilan Stephanie. I'm 17 years old from Santa Lucia, Magarao, Camarines Sur. My advocacy is about adolescents' mental health awareness.
Good day everyone, I am Faiza M. Naval, 18, from Calabanga, Camarines Sur. And my advocacy is the role of the youth towards COVID-19 by the use of social media. Thank you.
At this juncture, you will meet these extraordinary people who are as gorgeous and as smart as our candidates.
These selected judges have all been visible and active on stage as they have already won numerous titles in local, national, and even international pageants.
Not only that, they also have talents and skills in singing, hosting, public speaking, vlogging, and modeling.
They are also excelling in their chosen courses and also in extracurricular activities like the Student Campus Government and Community Extension Services as officers and leaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are our highly exceptional group of judges. Judge number 1 is an active advocate of quality education for all, which extends to children on the level of the grassroots. She was hailed as the Buswak Tumatarok Festival Queen 2018 and the third runner-up of Miss Silka Bicolandia 2018. She is also the reigning Daragang Magayon Pequeña, Mutya ng Partido Tourism and Binibining Samod Festival 2019. As a sophomore in Universidad de Santa Isabel, she actively serves as the Vice Governor of the Institute of Tourism and Hospitality Management Students Organization. A host and a model, this 20-year-old beauty queen and student leader is all the way from Goa, Camarines Sur. Let's welcome Miss Mary Joy A. Darilay.
Judge number 2 is an AB Communication graduate of Ateneo de Naga University. His interest in the field of pageantry began when he won as Mr. Youth Naghenyo 2013, Mr. Pintakasi 2015, and Mr. Baao Bicolandia 2017. In 2018, he got the chance to join a national pageant where he won Mr. Gentleman of the World Philippines and eventually winning an international title of Mr. Gentleman of the World 2019 held in Indonesia. He also excels in music when he became part of the Voice of the Philippines Season 2 under Team Apple. He was also a defending champion last March 2020 in Tawag ng Tanghalan at Showtime. He is a vlogger, singer, host, model, and a product endorser. Let us all meet our judge number 2, Mr. Mark Angelo C. Avila.
And judge number 3 is a third-year Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management in Universidad de Santa Isabel. She is a senior model of Modelo Bicolano and was also crowned Miss Tugawi Cove 2019. She was also a finalist of Miss Kaugma and Miss Bicolandia beauty pageants. Let's welcome Miss Prisha Ann P. Toral.
Thank you, judges, for gracing this significant event. Your presence is well appreciated.
It is a bit hard to judge virtually, but with your patience and kindness, all this will turn out beautifully and positively. Thank you, Academy of Rookies, for that lively performance. And now that we've met our 24 dazzling kings and queens, it's about time for us to introduce ourselves. I am Jan Allen Aguilar.
And I am Ellen Nicole Vergara.
your host for this year's search for Mr. and Miss Junior and Senior High School 2021 Virtual Edition.
With the theme,
A Crown to Advocate for Resiliency and Empathy. Because in Naga College Foundation, #We Care.
At this moment, we know that you are all excited to proceed to the next segment of our pageant.
Streetwear defines who you are. You can always choose the kind of style that will best describe your character without minding what other people will say about you.
It is who you are, so you should be proud. Do not pretend to be someone else by wearing overly dressed clothes with excessive accessories.
Street fashion is all about youth culture with colors, prints, and designs that are distinctive and modern.
With that being said, our criteria for judging.
Carriage and execution, 25%.
Beauty and personality, 25%.
Suitability and stage appeal, 20%.
Poise, posture, and bearing, 20%.
Overall impact, 10%.
Which gives us a total of
100%. So, here they are, the 24 candidates with their more unique streetwear style, which have emerged not from the studios, but from their very own grassroots.
This is
the Casual Streetwear Competition.
The youth finds it challenging to get their voice heard during any tough situations.
Yet, their voice must be heard on issues that are important to them. That is, to ensure that all people in society are able to speak up and make a stand through their chosen advocacy.
In this pageant, the candidates will not only show their beauty and poise, but rather, they will have the opportunity to voice out, express their views and concerns, and access information, advice, and guidance.
But before that, let us present to you the criteria for judging.
Content, substance, and relevance, 30%.
Delivery, clarity, and word choice, 20%.
Character and personality, 20%.
Poise, posture, and bearing, 20%.
Overall impact, 10%.
With a total of
100%.
advocacy in teenage responsibility on social media platform. Social media is a big part of social and creative life of teenagers. The definition of fun and being in and updated depends on teenagers' awareness and involvement on any social media platform. Thus, it is also a way to maintain friendship with family. Nowadays, it's an extension of face-to-face interaction. Hence, there's a lot of benefits in social media, such as, first, faster literacy, exploring and experimenting to build knowledge. Second, collaborative learning. Teenagers can share educational content. Third, creativity, by doing profile pages, photos, and videos. Four, mental well-being by constant connection to family and friends. However, a lot of risks such as being exposed or uploading inappropriate or upsetting content. Sharing personal information. That is why teenagers of today need to be responsible and vigilant in using and participating on all social media platforms. My advocacy goal is to minimize risk and have positive influence on social media platform. My advocacy strategy is to develop campaigns such as seminars and workshops, and if possible, create newsfeed content posts. Every teenager should learn how to manage the use of social media and be responsible. Social media responsibility boils down on our personal upbringing. Be responsible, be a role model, show positive influence, and everything will replicate.
Save our lungs, stop smoking. As a teenager, I've been seeing many people, young and old, smoking due to many reasons. Problems, boredom, or simply because they think it's amazing, it makes them cool. But have you ever think that smoking can cause a lot of bad effects, especially to our body? It slowly kills us while we enjoy puffing one stick of cigarette a day. Our lives and the ones puffing are like in a danger zone of pollution, and this needs to stop because it will affect many lives, including you. We should be taking care of our body and not using it as an experiment to try something bad. It's not yet late to stop this. We still have time to change and to put an end to this madness. How can I be heard? By posting a safety awareness campaign against smoking at all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and IG. I can also conduct a mini seminar for them to gain more knowledge and information about smoking and how it can affect our body and our well-being. Doing little things like this can have a much bigger impact not only to us, but to our society in general. We are not only helping ourselves, but as well as the next generation for them not to do the same awful and painful thing all over again.
Advocacy for equal rights and development. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "We have flown the air like birds, swam the sea like fishes, but have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth like brothers." Good day to all of you. My advocacy is all about equal rights and development. This advocacy is very important to implement nowadays because, as we can see inside and outside our country, people tend to forget equality. I believe that equality can bring peace to all of us, and peace is all we need in this chaotic world. I have chosen this advocacy because I want all of us to be reminded that God made us equal, so we should have to treat others equally and give them their rights. For us to have equal rights, we must begin it within ourselves, followed by our family, friends, and other people. Let us practice ourselves to be equal, not just with our close friends or relatives, but to all the people, because they all deserve the equal rights. To all the parents that are listening, please treat your children equally so that they can also give others equal rights they need, even in small gestures. Because I believe that everything begins at home. Friends, let us be equal to one another, because I know that there are some of us that usually discriminate other people. We are all like brothers. Treat others equally even if you hate them or they hate you. Let us spread love, peace, and the equality we all deserve.
Health and wellness through sports. Ang paglalaro ng sports ay nagbibigay ng mahalagang benepisyo para sa mga kabataan mula sa pagbubuti at pagpapalakas ng kalusugang pisikal, mental at spiritual. Ang paglalaro ng anumang sports ay makakatulong sa atin ng pamahalaan ng ating timbang habang binibigyan natin ng mahusay na enerhisyo ang ating kalaunan at cardiovascular system. Ito rin ay tumutulong sa pagsunog ng calories. Ako po ay aktibo sa paglalaro ng taekwondo at madalas din sa swimming at biking. Nagsimula ako sa pagkahilig sa sports nang ako'y bata pa. Hanggang sa ngayon, ito ay ginagawa kong libangan at isang regular na ehersisyo. Natutulong sa akin na manatiling malakas at malusog na dadalhin ko hanggang sa pagtanda. Ang sports ay nagbibigay ng pagkakataon para sa bawat individual upang pagtagumpayan ang bunga ng kanilang pagsisikap tulad ng pagpapahalaga at pagpapalakas ng tiwala sa sarili at maaaring makapagbigay ng isang natatanging pagkakataon upang matuto at pahalagaan ang pagtutulungan at pakikisama. Bilang kabataan, hihikayatin ko ang aking kapwa na sumali sa isang sports club. Ito ang tutulong na matutunan lahat ng kalaman upang sila ay humusay. Sa napili nilang sports, sa sabay nito ay mararanasan din nila ang makipagkaibigan at makipag-ugnayan sa kapwa nilang maglalaro. Ang mga karanasang ganito ay tutulong sa isang mag-aaral na matutunan ang iba't ibang paraan ng pakikisama at pakikipagkapwa kahit na wala sa tabi ang kanilang mga magulang. Ang sports ay minsang nalilimutan pero ito ay mahalaga dahil dito nabubuo ang karakter ng kabataan.
We humans have been scientifically proven that we are absolutely prone to addiction. That's a fact. And this is the topic I have chosen today, the prevention of addiction and other vices to the youth, specifically drug addiction. Why did I choose such an advocacy? I chose this advocacy because I think that drug addiction is one of the factors that are slowly tearing our society apart. Let's take a cigarette for example. Light it up and smoke it. It hurts your throat, but you'd still want to try it again, regardless of the pain. Why is that the case? It's because of curiosity. Curiosity, in the right context, can be a result of many amazing things. Albert Einstein, for example, admitted that he wasn't actually smart, but he was curious. His curiosity shaped and changed our world forever, but in the wrong context, in this case, drug addiction, inversely, can be a result of many dangerous things. If you combine the youth with drug addiction, the result wouldn't be good. The youth is normally curious about complex things, and to prevent drug addiction, I am going to take that curiosity and drive that into greater things instead. The problem with the youth is that they see that drinking and smoking is cool or appealing, but it's not. It will never be cool. Do you think destroying your own lungs is cool? Probably not. Like I said, I am going to drive the youth's burning curiosity towards good things. Things like sports, art, or even music. How will I do that? By making the youth aware that doing drugs is not a right thing to do, and being addicted to it is worse. I'd teach the youth total awareness about these gateway drugs. So in that way, our world will become a better place. Just like our national hero, Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado E. Alonzo Realonda, who said, "Kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan."
Employ and empower. In the world today, we are battling with a pandemic which causes a lot of retrenchment due to COVID-19. The community quarantine has restricted the movement of people in the city. Movement is limited to going to work and the access of basic necessities. To bring about this trust, malls were ordered to close. Air, land, and sea travel to and from were prohibited and curfew was imposed, among others. Ultimately, this would have an effect on businesses and the labor force. most especially to enterprises deeply affected by these quarantine measures. Sadly, this led to the closure of some businesses and the loss of jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, my advocacy is about employment and empowerment. Thus, I call it Employ and Empower amid COVID-19. I chose this campaign because it pains me to see that many people are struggling today. Families with a lot of children go hungry because the sole provider had been laid off from work. Whenever I go online on social media, I see posts about hunger, typhoon damage, and lack of resources to provide medical care. If we could just think of something on how to fight and address this problem, would it be nice to stand on our 2 feet again? But I don't have money. So you will say, but I don't have a college degree. But this, but that. Remember, we were born without anything, without any possession. But here we are. We are both breathing, we are both alive, and while we are alive, we still have hope. And we have our own potential. We have talents. I plan to start a manpower services so I could be able to hire people with talents and skills, such as laundry and house cleaning services, ironing, daycare service, barbers, gardening, and other related services. In fact, because my father is an engineer, my family has been providing work for our fellow kabarangay. We hire them as laborers, masons, and carpenters. This has been going on for so many years now, since I was a child. So you see, these manpower services are not new to me anymore. I know I can make this work. Let us help each other to live a decent life. Let us employ and empower amid the pandemic.
Advocacy for embracing our own flaws. Different people come in different shades, shapes, and sizes. None of us are built perfectly because all bodies are valid. We all have flaws and we keep wishing that they would go away. I also have flaws that make me feel insecure. But when we start to embrace those flaws, we will understand what the flaws are and the special reasons why we have that. We don't need to love our flaws. Instead, appreciate them because our flaws are a part of us that make us strong. I chose this advocacy to help the people that are struggling with body negativity because they are being defined by beauty. But we need to focus more on making sure that a person is valued more than just a body to view, and to empower everyone to feel comfortable in their own bodies. I want to use social media platforms to spread body positivity and inspire people that we are a lot more than what we look like. Start with yourself, love yourself as a whole, and appreciate the things that make you different from other people. Embracing your flaws doesn't mean that you'll refuse to improve yourself. Use your flaws as your guide for improving yourself. Let's empower people instead of telling them what they should look like in order to be beautiful. We should be careful of what we say to other people because our ignorance does not only affect people's emotional and physical health but could also take away their lives. Focus on their abilities, not their looks. Let's not try to fit into the existing standard of beauty because being yourself is so much better than changing yourself to be the person that other people want you to be. We may not fit into everyone's standard, but that doesn't mean we are not beautiful because we are a lot more than being beautiful. But positivity isn't believing that your body looks good. It's about knowing that your body is good regardless of how it looks. Stop looking for more until we could look through all those flaws and look into the mirror and see clearly that the person looking back at us was the only one who can make us loved and accepted. Because when you accept yourself, the whole world will accept you.
This is not the end. Sometimes we truly begin to find ourselves when we are so broken and weak. And at that moment, a spark ignites and we dig down and find the strength to stand and fight. With the global pandemic and this current school set up, many young people's mental health is at risk. The online presence through social media subjects to many scrutiny, criticism, and cyberbullying. Added to that are the pressure and expectation from peers, parents, and teachers. Due to this, depression becomes a common mental illness that teenagers go through, and if not addressed and given immediate attention and treatment, this may lead to suicide and death. A tragedy that can be prevented from happening if more people become aware of this issue, that most young people are silently battling within themselves. If someone says, "I'm depressed," people think it's a joke, or they are just getting attention. But we need to realize that this is a cry for help. It is like being in a dark room without windows and the walls seems to be closing in. It is the feeling of being trapped within and there seems to be no way out. I would like to be a helping hand. I want to stretch my arms and get them out of the dark pit. When they hold on, I believe that one day they will have the guts to fight their way back up and see the light. I chose this advocacy because I hope to make a difference and improve the lives of young people living with mental illness. By using my voice to fight stigma, raise awareness, and support others, as a student, I will spread awareness and information about science and strategies to beat depression. Social media platforms will enable me to create posts dedicated to this advocacy. Given the chance to win this title, I will not miss this opportunity to promote and campaign for greater awareness regarding depression. If you realize that your friends are suffering from depression, please help them. Hear what they want to say. Listening will lessen their suffering. Make that person as happy as possible.
My advocacy is about teenage pregnancy, and I picked this topic to give you some ideas and knowledge about this situation. My advocacy is for the young generation to have an advanced knowledge on how to be aware of having an early pregnancy. I choose this because nowadays, I notice that a lot of younger women that were supposedly enjoying their life with their family and friends are facing the hardest reality of life. the unwanted pregnancy. I will implement this through social media like Facebook since our youth use it often. It can help a lot to spread my advocacy. This will become successful not only for me but for every young generation out there to choose the right path and to be aware. Teen pregnancy is a health issue that has an effect to all of us. A child having a baby as a teenager is more likely to face critical social issues like poverty, poor education, and risky behaviors that lead to poor health issues and child welfare. The financial cost of teens having a baby is financially devastating. Choose not to have a sex. Talk openly to parents or other trusted adults and ask how they can get birth control if they choose to be sexually active. Talk with a healthcare provider to learn about the best types of birth control for them and use it correctly every time.
LGBTQ Health and Right. Pinili ko po ito kasi lahat tayo ay may karapatang sumaya, gawin natin ang gusto at malaya tayong makikipagkapwa-tao. Huwag tayong mahihiya kung ano ang ating tunay na kaanyuan at pagkatao. Maging anuman ang ating anyo ay biyaya iyon ng Panginoon. Panatilihin lamang natin ang tiwala sa sarili sapagkat wala namang magagawa ang mga sinasabi ng iba. Maipapakita ko ito sa pamamagitan ng pagrespeto sa iba. Ganon din sa opinyon ng bawat isa. Ang pag-unawa ay tulay sa katahimikan. Maging bakla o tomboy man, ay pare-parehong may karapatang pantao na dapat igalang. Mga tao rin silang nasasaktan, kaya marapat lamang na sila'y makatanggap rin ng respeto. Sila rin ay nagpapasaya sa atin, at may karapatan din sila ibahagi at ipakita ang kanilang tunay na kulay.
Protecting the environment should be as important as the protection of our own life. I have chosen clean and green environment as my advocacy because it's urgent. Urgent in a sense that at this very moment, while you are listening to my short message, the very source of our existence are being cut down. Trees are vital for human survival. As cliche as it may sound, but that's the reality that we, human, often neglect. We are in an era where progress is almost synonymous to buildings, without realizing that while we are at the peak of our economic fairy tale success, we left our environment hanging at the bottom. It is as if we are getting the trophy while we are stepping on trashes, dead animals, and cut trees. When will be the time that we will realize that all of these things will be worthless if we will not take good care of our environment? Our nature is crying for help. Our nature is seeking for our immediate attention, and no one can help her but us, her people. It is now the time for us to make a change. As a student, if I will be given the chance to win this title, I will take this opportunity to spread my advocacy. I will intensify projects in our school that involves environmental protection, like tree planting, cleaning project, and other environment-related activities. This may seem simple, but together, we can be of great help to our nature. We will not wait for the time that we will be burned by the sun and drowned by the rain. We have to act now.
My advocacy is about strengthening the mental health of teenagers nowadays. The pandemic has brought us many difficulties, and it proves to be continuously challenging the norms that we grew up with. This includes the disappearance of the boundary between our academic and personal life. This has brought us different struggles for everyone, including myself, and adjustments that we all have to conquer as the days go by. I believe that we should take our time and focus on our mental health, for it is a foundation of ourselves. Maintaining a healthy mind would elevate our spirit, our physical body, and our outlook on life itself. This will help us in conquering the challenges that are thrown in our way. Nowadays, in the electronic era, teenagers such as myself spends a lot of time online. We are exposed to different platforms that we always take for granted. I believe that through creating a page, information dissemination would be easier and more accessible. I will create the Facebook and Twitter page that cater to issues and information regarding our mental health.